Hey everybody, let me try in this video understand how alarm work and how we could implement simple app when you set a specific time, like for example 8:23 p.m. It will give us alert every day at 8:23 p.m. Before I start with my example, let me teach you how alert work. Alert, it is part from the system services. So when you want and you close your app, whenever the time reach 6:30, already the system service now there is alert registered, so he will fire up. He will fire up two way, either start specific service or doing specific broadcast event. It depends on your choice. You may want to do broadcast, or you may want to do service, do service. So to get started, I used the simple application that we already built it in dialogues part when we did that time dialogue. So make sure you are using that project in this video. So to get started, I want to do my example with broadcast. So I need to have a broadcast class. So to do broadcast class, I just click right and create a class and extend the broadcast, or make it really easy. Just go here to other and select broadcast receiver and click remove export. Export means allow other application to access to it. I don't want any application to access to this broadcast only system on my app, and click next. Now if you see I have this broadcast receive, it's extend the broadcast receiver, name it my receiver, and this is on receive. If you go to main face, you see already there is receiver registered, and here is it. Now I want to do filter. What the filter? I want to do intent filter, and this filter listen to specific action. The action name, let me give it com.array.alarm. This action I wanted to send my event through it, and for sure I will have category should be default, so it should be default. Make sure you look for default to work on it. So whenever this action call it, I will be in this part in the receiver, so I will get it. So let me just do some operation. I say, okay, if the intent.get action, if the action will be this one, please do something. For example, do to ask for message. So to ask dot make text, do some text context, then time, then to ask for sure dot long, then here you go, dot show, showing the alarm for user. So whenever anyone call this action, I will do operation. My example, as I told you, I already have it that someone select specific time. When he click done, I will have data and time will be here in my activity. It's set time. So whenever he select hour and minute, I will have it here. Now I want to work in my app. To start working, I will go to my GitHub and I look for alarm. Make sure here I have alarm manager. First of all, I need to define the time and date I want to run my code. So it's really easy to use code from line number 8 to 12. Just copy this code and go back to your code and make sure you add them here. What this code mean? You just define calendar. Calendar, just imagine it you define specific time and data. So I define calendar, it is get calendar. I want to set calendar in hour equal the incoming hour, and in minute equal incoming minute, and second I give it 0. I didn't define day and month and year. You could specify it in specific data, day and year and month, but as I told you, I want to this one to run every day, so I don't have to set the date. If you don't set it, will be by default this day. So if I say calendar, for example, dot set, you could set month, specific which month you want to run this alarm. For example, 15 January in March you want to run it. You could do with year also, not only with month, year, and also you could do in the week or in the year. As I told you, like 2030 for example. I want to run every day, so I just define the time that I want my alarm to start. Second, what this code mean? As we said, let me just copy it and add it here. So and just take this one off. So we said first we have to define alarm manager. So I say alarm manager, I am alarm manager. I don't need to context. I just say get system service context alarm service. I just define the service that I wanted. I want my application to work with. It's RM service. Then when I set RM service, if you see, I say am.setRepeat. I want this RM to repeat. I give it this parameter to wake up my application, and to this RM will repeat every day and the time and the calendar.get time. So whatever the time set here, I will make it run every day and that time. Then I say, okay, I need it every day. If I wanted to say every day, I say manager.interval day. That means every day I want it to run. Then I give it pi. As I told you, there's two parameters will be for RM. First of thing, which time I want it to run. So I give it here which time I want it every day, and I give it here interval every day. Now, what I want to do with RM. First of all, I want to start this broadcast service that I defined. So first of all, I define intent. The intent take two parameters. This, that means this activity, and RM receiver. I don't define the RM receiver. I define it as my receiver. So make sure it's my receiver. Now, what the action name? If you remember in the main phase, this is our action name. It is com.rm.com.arrowby.rm. So make sure here define your action that you want to send it inside the intent. Then you could send the message, whatever the message you want to send is send it here. For example, I want to add message hello from RM. Just sending simple message inside the intent. Now I want to send intent. I cannot send intent directory to the broadcast receiver. I have to RM, I have to define this inside pending intent. This is how this parameter work. You cannot take intent, have to be pending intent. Then so I define pending intent, PI, pending intent get a broadcast, because I need to do broadcast. If I want to do service, I say get service. Get a broadcast, take number of parameter. First parameter should be this. That means this activity. Second parameter 0. Third parameter the intent. Fourth parameter, this is important parameter, it is pending intent flag update current. That means I want to update. If I want to cancel, should be flag cancel. I want to cancel the event. So this is really basic code. You just two part. First part, define your time. Then you define the action that we want to do it. Then here you go, fire your action. Really easy. Fire it. So when it reaches that time, it will be fire. So now, to see the result, I just have message. So as I told you, you could take this message, my message, you could take it here in the intent. You know how you could take it. You could say bundle b equal intent dot get extra, and you could say here instead RM time, you could say b dot get string. You just get string, taking string, this key that's sent it already, so you could read it. Now if I try to make sure if everything is good, so there is no error, if I try to run the app to see if I set the time it will work. Let me see. Here we go, I have this RM. Now the time in my phone is 8:30, so let me change it to 8:31 or 8:31. Yes, is better. I hope the time will not change to 8:31 before I set the RM. So now I set the RM and I close the app. So if you see when the time will reach 8:31, so 8:31 now the RM will be fired up. See, here is it. Hello from RM. So what's happened? Even I close the app. How the RM work? As I told you, RM, when you do here RM and you send something to the RM, you send something to the system service. That means it goes to the Android OS and say, hey, when you get this time, fire this event. So when it got that time, it already will fire this event. Your application will understand this action is to him because he already listening to this action. So he will get this action. He will display the data. I would, if you want to set in specific time, not every day. Just you say set, and you give it the information, but just only remove this parameter, and now you want to don't repeat it, you just display it one time. What if you want to cancel it? Just say cancel and give it the intent. You just give it the intent. Well, the name of the intent is pi, so just give it the intent pi. Make sure here the flag you change it to cancel. So make sure you have the cancel one. I'm sure it is a flag cancel occurred. You just cancel it. So this one, if you want to cancel, if you already set RM and you want to cancel it. Let me go back. I don't want to cancel now. Let me just return back to my normal arm that will work every if repeated every time.